This video is a quick start introduction, and here we assume that you've already patched your console and set up some views and some basic presets. If you'd like to learn more about patching and setting up your console, please refer to our other tutorial videos for more in-depth information. A group is a quick and easy way of storing a selection of lights for you to recall at a later time. To create a group, open a group pool. Select the lights you want to include in the group, press Store, and then press a blank group tile. Don't forget to label your new group. To do this, simply start typing the name in directly after creating the group. Or, to do this later, you can press Assign, Assign, and then touch the group tile to open the label window. Now the next time that you'd like to recall that selection of fixtures, you don't need to type in their fixture or channel numbers, you can simply touch the group. A preset is a memory that stores simple feature information about your lights. For example, colors, gobos, positions, dimmer levels, etc. Creating a palette of presets organizes your show file and makes programming much simpler. For example, we'll create a color preset. First, make sure that you have your color preset window open. In your fixture sheet, set up the color that you like in your lights. Now press Store and then a blank tile. To label it, simply start typing on your QWERTY keyboard directly after storing the preset, and now you have a color that you can return to at any point. We'll make the first cue in our sequence a blackout. Select every light in your rig and set its dimmer value to 0. Then press Store, Cue 1, and then a button above or below the fader where you want to store your main cue stack. To make continuing on easier, we'll press Select, and again a button above or below the same fader. This will make your sequence the selected sequence on the console. Now you're ready to continue programming your cues. Set up the next lighting state you wish to save and press Store, Please. This will bring up a window on your screen with a few options. The one you need for our purposes is Create Second Cue. The console will automatically store this as the next cue in your selected cue stack. To store another cue, create the next look on your stage and again press Store, Please. Next we want to see the cues that we're creating. Clear a screen by pressing this key and then press Clear Screen in the corner of your touchscreen. Now touch a blank space in the top left-hand corner and select the Sheets tab. Press the view called Sequence Executor. This will open up your cue list, which by default should automatically link to the selected sequence. The cues you've already created should appear here. To create a cue with a specific fade or delay time, you have two basic options. The first is to insert the time as you program. For example, pressing Store Time 5 Please will store the next cue with a fade time of 5 seconds. If you want to split the up and down fade times, try Store Time 4 Time 6 Please. This will store the next cue with an up fade time of 4 seconds and a down time of 6 seconds. You can keep pressing the time key to change its functions through the timing options. For example, Store Time 5 Please will store the cue with a delay of 5 seconds. Store Time 4 Time 6 Time 7 will store a cue with an up time of 4, down time of 6, and an out delay of 7. The number of times that the time key is pressed after pressing Store results in different actions in this order: fade in time, fade out time, delay in time, delay out time, snap percent, and command delay. Another way that you can adjust the times of your cues is to do this directly in the Sequence Executor sheet. By using the touchscreen or your mouse, you can select an individual or group of timings by drawing a box around the times. Then press the screen encoder to edit your selection and enter a new time. You can insert cues into your cue list with either a whole number or a cue number with up to 3 decimal places. For example, to insert a cue between cues 5 and 6, I might type Store Cue 5.5 Please. Or if you have Qs 1 through 6 and you want to start storing from Q20, press Store Q20, please. When you return to using the Store Please syntax to store Qs, the console will automatically pick the next whole number after the highest numbered Q in the Q list. The syntax to delete a Q is delete Q5 please. When you delete a Q, you'll be presented with various options in a pop-up window. For now, select Normal Delete. The other option will be covered in a tracking tutorial. To delete a range of Qs, use the through key. For example, delete Q5 through 9, please. The syntax to copy a Q is copy Q3 at Q10, please. Again, you'll get a pop-up window with options, and these are covered later in a tracking tutorial. Again, if you want to copy multiple Qs, just use the through key. For example, copy Q4 through 10 at Q15, please. And here's a quick tip. For a lot of these commands, the Q key isn't always necessary. For example, typing copy 4 through 10 at 15, please will work just as well. There are two easy ways to edit existing Qs. The first is to play back the Q and edit it live by changing the values in the programmer. Then press Update, but take a look in your Update window. If the Q you are playing back and wish to update is shown, then simply press Update Q. If this window shows a different Q number than you expected, then you've changed track data, meaning these attributes were programmed into a previous Q and simply tracked forward into the Q that you're currently playing. If you were to press Update Q now, this would backdate your changes to the Q where the data was first entered. For example, let's say that your lights turn green in Q2 and there are no further changes to color up through Q5. Then you play back Q5 and decide to change your lights to red in the programmer. Pressing Update will now offer you Q2 to update. Due to tracking, when you press Update Q, Q2 will get changed from green to red and all subsequent Qs will be changed as well. If this isn't what you're looking for, then you'll need to change the update mode to Add New Content. This button is located on a button in the top right corner of the update screen. Once selected, you should be offered the Q that you are currently playing back, and this means that now when you press Update Q, it will update Q5 and leave Qs 2 through 4 as they were. An alternative way of editing existing Qs is to use the Edit key to bring the data back into the programmer. Press Edit Q4, please. This will put all of the data in Q4 back into the fixture sheet and make it active. Any track data from previous Qs will also be called, but this will remain inactive in the programmer. Make the changes that you wish to make and then press Update. The console will then offer for you to save the data back into Q4.